On today's episode of Still Moving, we talk about petting dogs, easy miles, and whether there should be waste treatment plant awards. This run started by putting my compression socks on the wrong feet, so we'll see if that makes any difference at all. But it is a gorgeous, gorgeous day. Goal of today's run is to do 12 Ks real easy. So every time my heart rate gets a little out of control, we're gonna talk about training. Last week and this week went so far mostly according to plan. Last Friday's run got a little out of control, a little high heart rate, which is why we're making sure today we're keeping it under control. I've been doing 3 runs a week and 3 Zwift sessions. And it would not be a walk in Telkwa or a run in Telkwa without a herd of dogs barking at you. But it comes with the territory, I guess. This is the least favorite part of the run. It's the path that takes you back down to the main road. It's been raining the last couple days. It's been up to +8, which for northern BC is a little too warm. Oh, and my best friend is here. Hi, buddy. No, you don't have to bark. Yeah, you're pretty cute though. So far, whopping 1 whole kilometer in, and at this rate, this video is going to be 4 hours long with how difficult my heart rate seems to be wanting to play. But at least it's really nice out. So if I do have to spend 2 hours running 9-minute kilometers, there are worse ways to spend a Friday afternoon. The goal of these Friday runs has been to actually run slow. I've not been very good at that. As a not great runner and a bit of a thick boy, running does not come easy to me. Riding bikes does, but not running. So trying to actually keep an easy effort, even if it's killing my ego and putting 9-minute kilometer segments on Strava, I have to power through. Apparently this is how you become a more mediocre runner. So that's the goal. Coming across the river today is gorgeous. It's starting to get a little colder and the ice is going to blow out again. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, back at it. Like I said in my first video, goal of this training block is to actually try to do a polarized effort. Something easy days, easy, and hard days hard. Something. I really have been enjoying the website intervals.icu, which gives you like a polarization index. And anything above a 2, you're winning. Anything below a 2, you're, well, I don't know if you're dying or losing, but you're not polarized apparently. And so far, I've not been polarized, but I've been trying. So today's run, actually making sure I stop and walk if my heart rate gets too high, is how you win the game. Pace slow down for just a moment. Obviously, for those that know me, I have to pet every dog I see. And I just so happened to luck out. There was three dogs in a row. So I made friends. Good friends. Changing my route plan a little bit today. It was just too nice to not run by the river. This is the view from Eddy Park in Telkwa. Too nice. Would have been a nice day to go skiing as well. Oh, and heart rate slow down walk session number 47. In one of my first videos, I mentioned running in homemade ice spikes. And my wife astutely pointed out I never mentioned if they were any good. And so I've been running this winter in Arc'teryx Norvalis GTX shoes. They're a fully Gore-Tex shoe with an integrated gaiter. And it's not a BOA system, but it's a like speed lace. For those familiar with like Solomon shoes. And they come with marking spots on the bottom. And so I went to Canadian Tire, got some, I believe they're 1/2-inch hex head sheet metal screws, self-tappers, and put, I believe it's 12 in each foot. and they've been pretty good. When it gets super icy like it is today, they're a little slippery. Could be better with more of like a carbide spike. But for running in packed snow or not wet ice, I find they work quite well. Probably wouldn't do any like interval workouts or starts and stops and hard direction changes, but for zone 2 monkeying about in the winter, they work pretty well. 10 out of 10. Even though my heart rate's actually doing kind of okay. This section of trail is not great. It's been so warm, like I mentioned earlier, it was up to +8 and poured rain for several days on top of the couple feet of nice snow that we had. And now this week's frozen back up again. And it's tricky out there. I don't know what ice spikes would work on this without having to bring out the big ones. The river sure is looking pretty cool. And this is where we walk across the train bridge, technically leaving Telkwa and getting into like the backside of Smithers. And that's the bridge we cross to run along the river. And we're doing like a couple out and backs today. Heart rate stop number, I can't remember what last number was. Let's call it 61. Decided to check out the trails on the other side of the river where I was just running, and had a realization that the best part of doing out and backs is that when you pass a dog on the way out, you get to pet the dog on the way back. Absolutely doubles the amount of dog petting or dog petting potential. Or, I don't know, 4 or 5 kilometers into today's run, I have pet 4 dogs. Feeling pretty good about that number. Honestly, probably one of the best stats of the day. It sure is not pace or heart rate. It's a number of dogs pet. Currently sitting at 4. 4 dogs. 10 out of 10. Oh, back onto the road, trying to do the last 5Ks or so. Just wanted to highlight in the background beautiful Hudson Bay Mountain, but also the Telkwa waste treatment plant at the end of the road. And I am not certain there's an award for it. Not sure we really need an award for it, but I would nominate the Telkwa waste treatment plant as one of the most beautiful views of a waste treatment plant. So crossing the bridge, got about 3 kilometers to go. Crossing back into Telkwa. Realized I've been a little harsh to Telkwa in this video. I quite like living here. It's all right. Good cost of living. River's gorgeous. Views of the mountains, also gorgeous. Not the risk of offending any of my 12 whole subscribers that just maybe happen to live in North Battleford, Saskatchewan. Unlikely, but if you do, thanks for watching and turn the video off. But some days like today, especially today when it's so nice out, I'm really glad I don't live in North Battleford, Saskatchewan. That's for sure. Hard to beat beautiful views like today. Today's route has been a little poorly planned. I don't know if anybody else does that, where they set a goal and then forget to plan a route or exactly where they're going, so you end up with zigzags and left rights and weird out and backs to try to add a little bit of distance. But we're on the home stretch here. Just another 2Ks heading towards my house. Just back at the top of the icy trail in the neighborhood. Gonna cut today's run a bit short, but that's okay. Be about 10.5 Ks. Stayed mostly in the right zones. And we'll just tack a little bit onto Sunday's run. But thanks for joining me on episode 2 of Still Moving here on Just Moving Through. As always, adventure first, pace irrelevant.